Hello everybody, greetings and welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So it's Friday night and it's time for the second episode in the second round of this series of episodes called Ranking the Albums. So for those of you who are new to this, haven't seen this before, basically Ben, who's a subscriber of mine, gives me 4 albums from his collection, and he has a fairly extensive one at home. And I listen to the 4 albums, and then I rank them according to how I like them. And basically, the number one will go on to the semifinals at the end of this particular series of episodes we're doing. So he's given me 4 really good albums. I think, man, these are pretty solid albums, all 4 of them. I've listened to all 4, of course, and I've got some stuff to say about them, and I'm going to rank them according to the way I always rank them, which is from the least to the best, from the worst to the best, whatever you want to call it, from fourth to first, from the bottom to the top, however you want to rank them. There's no really bad ones in this particular one. There's one particular album that is a little weaker than the other 3, but I don't think it's a bad album. I just think that it's weaker for a reason, which we'll get into. So I'm going to give you, first I'm going to tell you what the albums are. We've got Caravans for the Girls That Go Plump in the Night. We have Styx II. We have John Lord's Sarabande. And we have Y&T's Black Tiger. Those are the 4 albums we're going to be doing. You'll see them in the list below and in my description comments as well. Okay, so the album that's going to come in fourth today is going to be John Lord's Sarabande. And the reason I think that it comes in fourth is, yes, some excellent keyboards here, lots of piano, like lots of keyboard stuff, and pretty solid album. But I don't really think of it as a rock album. It's more of a symphonic or even a classical album in parts of it. So if I was to get this album, I would probably put it in my non-rock album collection that I have up there in the white container here. But it's still a good album. I did enjoy it. It's definitely an album I would like to get. I just don't think of it as a rock album. So for me, it's going to come in fourth for that reason, because I'm sticking with the rock albums first. Do I think it's better than the other albums? Yeah, I think it's probably better than 1 or 2 of them, so maybe I could have put it a little bit higher. But for today, it's going to be fourth. So the number 3 album, I have an album by this band. I've only got one, and this one here, it took me a little bit to get into it. It's got that quirky nature that a lot of these bands and a lot of this band's albums have, which is, the band is Caravan. The album is For Girls That Go Plump in the Night. It's kind of a quirky album. I find all their albums a little bit on the quirky side. They tend to be sexually motivated, if for no other reason. Progressive sexual, we'll call them. And anyways, they're going to come in fourth. This album is good. I think it's got a lot of really interesting instrumental parts to it. I did enjoy it. However, I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I did the other one that I have, which is In the Pink and the Gray, or In the Gray and the Pink. I think it's a Gray and the Pink. Anyways, pretty solid album, coming in at number 3. Number 2 was the Y&T album, Black Tiger. This was much stronger than I had thought it would be. Very rock and roll-ish, hard rock, definitely hard rock. I can see why a lot of people used to compare these guys with Kiss. I see some similarities here with the hard rock. I think the vocalist is decent. I don't know if he's as good as any of the members of Kiss, but he's pretty decent. I would have to listen to him some more to really kind of decide whether he's better than some of the others. The thing with the Kiss guys is I've listened to them for 50 years, so I know what I'm getting, and I've gotten used to the sound of their voices. So, but anyways, this is a strong rock album. Lots of heaviness to it, lots of catchy hooks, some really solid stuff. The album cover is fantastic, I think. And I've heard lots of good stuff about this band, so it's good to be getting a little. I think I've had one other album by them in another review Definitely an album that I think that for the right price, if I was to see it, I would probably grab it. So they're going to come in at number 2, which means that the number 1 album wasn't going to be really in dispute. It Styx, not as dominating over the other albums as I would have originally thought, but I do like this album. It's actually currently in my playlist and doing quite well in the playlist. I got the 4 wooden nickel albums in one album set, so 2 albums, but in one container set. And I've been working my way through the wooden nickel album, so I'm up to Styx II. Has been in the playlist for maybe about 4 months now. So when it's time to come out, then we will go to the next one in the collection. But for now, Styx II doing pretty good with me in my playlist, and it will win this and go on to the next round as well. Excellent album, lots of that Styxy sound to it. Dennis DeYoung sounds a little bit younger here or his voice is a little bit more, less refined, I guess, might be the case as you would get on some of the other stuff. Now, he is really good on the lady version, but I think they've also upgraded his voice on some of the other versions of Lady. But it still sounds really good, and I want to make sure that I make this clear. I'm not sure if it's his voice, which I think it probably isn't. It's probably more likely the quality of wooden nickel records wasn't so great, so you might be getting a little bit more of a flatter sound in the music than you would get in later years when they started producing really spontaneously great stuff. But this is still really good. I do like it a lot. I think JY is pretty dominant on this album as well. And the Panazzos are their usual selves here. I do like John Krulewski. I always get this name wrong. But pretty solid guitar playing here. He does do a couple tracks too, I believe. Really good. I think this is, for me, the beat. I didn't care as much for the first Styx album, but this one I like quite a bit. So this is kind of the beginning of where Styx really takes off for me. I'm working through these. I got 2 more to do in the set, and really quite enjoying this album. So for today, I will give you the list in the order that they finished. So Styx II finishes first, and we'll go on to the semifinals. Y&T, a reasonably close second with their Black Tiger album. Number 3, Caravan for the girls that go plump in the night. This album was a little bit behind the Y&T, not much. And then John Lord's Sarabande, which I actually, if I was going to rank this, I might have ranked it higher, but because I feel like it's not really a rock album, I didn't rank it as high. So it lost a little bit because of that, but not too much. Definitely an album I would like to have as well. So all 4 of them I do enjoy. I just think that the Styx album is the best by a hair. Well, a little more than a hair, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of ranking the albums. Please hit the like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. Any comments about the 4 albums you can put in the comment section below. If you want to rank them according to the way you rank them, that would be great. Any comments would be appreciated too. There might be something I missed or something that I should have noted, and that's always good to make a note so the other people see it as well. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, and we will be back. We will be back next week with another episode of ranking the albums. So have yourself a good night and take care.